Hey everyone, Noble Absinthe here, and today we're going to be talking about Samurai Jack. I've been a fan of Samurai Jack ever since it was released back in 2001. It was easily one of the most hardcore shows on Cartoon Network at the time. It told the story of a hero seeking to return home from the distant future to banish an evil demon that would eventually take over the world. Equipped with a magic sword, imbued with the power of all that was righteous, we follow the titular character, Jack, through 52 episodes of sheer badassery. This show had it all for kids: excessive violence, titanic battles, and incredible storytelling. After a long wait, we finally have Samurai Jack making a proper return on Toonami with its 5th and final season. I wanted to revisit the initial series and cover why I love this franchise so much. This series is known for not having a single bad episode, with each being great in its own way. We have 52 episodes to get through until the release of Season 5, so let's not waste any more time. We'll begin with Episode 1, The Beginning. The episode starts off with a panning shot of a lone tree in the desert wasteland. A solar eclipse then happens, shooting red lightning at it. This tree then comes alive, and we have our villain, Aku. We then transition to our main character's father, retelling the story of Aku. It was he who sealed the mighty beast inside the tree several years ago. He went to the high mountaintops to have a sword forged of pure righteousness by 3 mystical monks. We are then given a sweeping shot of our main character's homeland, and then things get bad, and in a hurry. In an instant, Aku appears and essentially lays waste to our main character's home. He razes it to the ground with fire and brimstone. The feudal military is helpless to his might. Our hero is then seen fleeing with his mother, and with the very sword that sealed Aku, our unnamed hero then goes on his first journey, one that will take him around the world, learning not only martial arts and several disciplines, but also the value of several types of culture. I really like the montage of him going around the world. It's one of the most iconic scenes for me in the entire series, because even though it's initially very sad, the hero having to leave his home and family, he gets to meet new friends and new family on his journey. You get to see the people and the world our hero wants to protect. I just love how everyone also welcomes him with open arms. There's such a lighthearted nature about it. You don't even get to think about what our hero is really there for. You just want to see him go to the next locale and do something cool in the next place. It's such a stark contrast to the destruction we've just seen. The whole montage is also such a seamless sequence that also ties in music from each respective culture. He first learns astrology on his Japanese ship, then horseback riding in Saudi Arabia, stick fighting in Africa, how to read hieroglyphics in Egypt, some wrestling in Rome, marksmanship by Robin Hood, how to man a ship by Vikings, axe and spear throwing by Russians and Mongols, respectively, and lastly Shaolin Kung Fu in China. This one's one of my favorites. The animators showed us that there was a very clear passage of time when our hero makes it to Rome. You get to see him mature from a young boy into a fully realized man and warrior. After this journey, our hero finally reunites with his mother and is given his birthright, the family sword. With all of his teachings and guidance, the unnamed samurai is the best person to fight against Aku. We've seen this man be groomed into a ready warrior. He is humanity's champion. We're then briefly shown the destruction made by Aku. He has enslaved our hero's people and forced them to erect monuments in his likeness. We're even shown our hero's father, the Emperor, and how he has been reduced to nothing more than a husk. Our hero comes in and quickly ends Aku's minions, and is told an important lesson by his father. The sword is only but a tool. The true strength of righteousness is the man behind the sword. He also mentions that deception is evil's greatest power, and that evil will always find a way. Our hero makes his way to Aku's castle, and the real fight begins. We get our first taste of Aku's real power, shape-shifting. He turns into various forms, like a gorilla, scorpion, octopus, a ram, and some type of bird. Our hero is shown gaining the upper hand in the fight, and right before he can land the final strike, Aku, in an act of desperation, opens up a portal in time and sends our hero hurtling into the future. Our episode then ends with him screaming. This episode is definitely one of my personal favorites because it perfectly sets the foundation for the story. We are given the lore of this world, we're given a coming of age story, and we're given the end goal, that is, to defeat Aku. We're also given some arc words by our hero's father, that is, evil will always find a way through deception. Originally when I was a kid, I always kind of ignored the Emperor's words to our hero. He mentions very clearly that evil will find a way and states that it's through deception. However, in this episode, Aku didn't really deceive our hero, even though our hero clearly states,
"What trickery is this?"
But the Emperor was right about one thing though, evil does find a way. That isn't to say Aku doesn't use deception in the series. In fact, there's one iconic episode where Aku deceives our hero so hard, it almost breaks him. It's a great episode in so many ways and we'll eventually get there. But yeah, the ending almost gave me cancer the first time I watched it. This episode gives us, the audience, all we need to stay interested in the series. We want our hero to beat this cheating bastard, and we know he has a lot of people depending on him. We've seen what Aku did to his homeland. The whole military being destroyed and everything being razed down to the ground. We don't want all the nice people our hero has met on his life's journey to end up like his culture. Sadly though, that's exactly what happens. Our hero failed, and it was on a planetary scale. The big bad, Aku, wins, and now our hero has to fix it. This series is set for him to make his way back to the past and beat Aku. I know you guys have probably noticed that I haven't used the name Jack in this entire episode, aside from the intro, because our hero hasn't been given that name yet. In fact, throughout the whole series, we're not even given his real name. We can refer to him as the Prince or the Emperor's only son, the
foolish samurai warrior.
But yeah, he isn't called Jack until episode 2. Once we get to that episode, I will start calling him Jack from now on. Anyway guys, I wanted to thank you all for watching. I'm making this series because I recently rewatched all of Samurai Jack and found out that there's a season 5 coming out really soon. I probably won't be able to make 52 episodes until its release, but I will be going over every episode because they're really that good. Anyway guys, if you want to see more, please subscribe, tick that chime next to it to stay updated. You can also like and favorite this video, and also share it. I'm going to do my best to plow through this series, so please bear with me. Anyway guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.